Welcome back to the table, Ring of Contrarians. Happy New Year. We're glad to be back with you, and we hope you've had a safe, warm, and happy holiday. Bad news, everyone. If you recall from our last episode, we were having issues with the sound gate settings in our recording setup. Sadly, this same issue made what was originally supposed to be episode 43 almost completely unintelligible. By the grace of some unknown god, what is now to be episode 43 only had about 15 minutes of sound gate, and very little happened in its predecessor, so we felt it a better experience for all involved that we summarize the events of that unholy monstrosity. Where we left off, Syphos woke far closer to Alseer than he had been before the explosion, very alone. He found himself staring at a large, tree-like rift that spread upwards for miles, tendrils of crackling green energy wavering off into the heavens like some sort of sickening canopy. He began to search for his friends, stumbling first upon the broken and lifeless body of Clive. Leofin he found not far from the valiant goat, half buried in the sand but thankfully still breathing. Together they find the Rod of Absorption that Volah had been carrying, but instead of the hand of their half-orc cleric sticking out of the sand, they find Kaine buried up to her knuckles. The dragonborn monk appeared to have suddenly aged a few years, but was otherwise only slightly sandlogged. Leofin and Kaine set out to search for Volah, but found only the faint remnants of footprints heading out into the open desert. Syphos continued his search, pushing closer to the rift and finding close proximity to it was painful. As his head ached, he spotted a form, half buried in the sand, in what could only be Brydi's armor? Quickly he moved to dig her out and found wrinkles in the corner of her eyes that had not been there before. Gray in the hair where it had once been only black. She roused to consciousness, seeming to have aged nearly 2 decades. After helping his now aged swordswoman to her feet and quickly filling her in, they moved off to find Dio. They spot just the tips of his bagpipes sticking out of a dune, acting as signposts to where the halfling lay buried. After digging him out, Brydi begins to inform Dio as to the fate of his faithful...
Your pet didn't make it.
God, Syphos!
Wow. Tactful, Syphos. Very tactful.
You have to just tell me.
Dio stumbles to his feet and makes a mad dash in the direction of the city, finding he has to give the rippling rift a wide berth in order to keep himself from passing out again. After a while, the rest of the party reconvenes and finds Dio curled up and clinging to the body of his dead companion. When they can wait no longer, Syphos, Leofin, and Kaine begin to make their way back to the city. Brydi moves off to see if she can follow Volah's tracks with any more luck, and they leave Dio to mourn in peace for as long as they can. Brydi tracked Volah a fair distance before all signs of her vanish into the wake of the retreating orcish army. She returns as the sun wanes into the afternoon and helps Dio bring the body of his goat back to the city for a proper burial. They find the rest of their party waiting as the forces of Alcir attempt to unbarricade the gate. Once back inside the walls of the merchant city, they are reunited with Petrick and Korn. The excitable lantern dragonite informs them that as soon as the gigantic rift stabilizes, hordes upon hordes will come spilling through.
Armies, in numbers which this plane has no way of counting, will beset this world and every living creature in it.
So they better act fast and find the keystone that can close it. The good news being that the stabilization could take anywhere from 2 weeks to 47 years, give or take a few hours. Dio leaves the rest of the party to their discussion and heads to the guild house, leaving Clive's body in Jarvis's care, then promptly takes a much-deserved nap. After talking back and forth, Syphos and Leofin manage to convince Korn to accompany the party in sussing out the keystone. In return, they promise to let the curious dragonite lick the god items they acquire. While the rest of the party escorts a depressed and mangleless Kaine back to the guild house, Brydi, Magnus in hand, heads out the gate to search for her father and the remnants of the orc encampment. She eventually comes upon a tent with 2 headless orc guards, and within the inner chamber finds Donner Ojikin, huddled in a corner. Rumors of her death have been greatly exaggerated. It's no surprise that he is shocked to see her. They share a tight hug before Brydi loots the tent of anything useful looking, and then after helping her father mount Magnus, they make their trek back to town.
Intern, did you level up?
No, I don't think so.
I did see that this thing said level 10.
Oh, okay.
I looked at everybody's stuff last night. No reason.
Oh.
No reason at all. Weird.
Killer bully. Oh. I do believe that it would probably be in the southern portion of the continent. That's my best guess.
And do you think you could actually track fairly well?
Can't track it. I'm but an elf. But the Dragonite probably could track the...
They have the same voice!
I know they have the same voice.
Oh, God.
I fucked up.
I was about to ask, did you intend for that initially?
Just because they have such similar personalities.
Yeah. I mean...
Trust me, not in a bad way.
One's airy, the other one's a chatterbox, and they're both really smart, so I was just... That's the voice, man.
Jesus.
Okay. So, Patrick, thank you. Do you think you could help us track it down? The keystone?
Perhaps. I think maybe. I'd have to get closer, but I do smell a scent coming from possibly the south, but it's really faint. There are others that are coming from north, but those are even fainter. I mean, I could possibly track them. Maybe if we got close to some other, what do you call them, god item?
Yes.
We get any closer to those, then perhaps I could sniff it out.
Well, it sounds like we know where we're going next, at least.
Have you ever noticed we don't get to stop and just enjoy a city more than a month?
Not even when it's not under siege, even.
Yeah.
But when the world's at stake, it's kind of a pressing matter.
Yes. I think I hear footsteps. That Brydi.
He has a horse clopping into the city.
Those would be hooves, actually.
What did I say? Footsteps? Same thing. They're horse steps.
Those
Well,
are
like,
kind
I
of.
mean,
You're not there.
This is Jared talking, bitch. I'm everywhere. Oh.
Now I'm everywhere.
Damn it, First Lord.
Sorry, medicine. Here. What do you want? You found your father. Good job.
Yeah. And Orc Blood has not returned to his tent. It is exactly the way he left it after Dio pissed him off. I'm sure. There's just a couple of crippled bodies in the doorway, and then nothing. It doesn't look like anything had been moved.
Well then.
well, thank goodness he's gone for now, at least.
I took all his shit.
That's my girl.
And, don't mind. I'm going to go find someplace for my... Not a pile of straw in the corner of the tent.
Damn it.
It's not.
I wish Dio wasn't sad and also not there. Because we got 2 available rooms now.
Sad day indeed. Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Technically speaking, we have a house that's partially...
Yeah.
Show some class.
Fucking Christ. Okay.
You're not here, so this is all meta.
Yeah, that's fine. But Jared can call you out.
Well, pointy ears. Hello. Well, I suppose would probably be settling down. Y'all probably have a long day tomorrow. Little late. I'm going to go home and sleep in my own bed.
We're going. How do we? Hopefully not have a very, very depressed thing.
That, and I guess we'll need to come up with a plan for tomorrow.
Like to stay over at our house, or would you want to stay with your companions?
I'll actually probably stay with them tonight, just in case anyone comes up with anything and we need to figure something out for our journeys.
Understand.
But I'll be sure to stop by before we head out or anything.
But Mother would greatly appreciate it. Every time one of us leaves lately, or past, we've disappeared for long periods of time. So,
Yeah, it's been a running theme recently, hasn't it?
yes,
Yes.
we
for
leave
both of you.
town, gone, quite a while.
Well, hopefully once we retrieve this item and prevent the sure destruction of this entire realm, I'll finally be able to come home and spend some time with y'all.
That'd be lovely. Anyway, good night. I will see you when I see you.
Alright, good night.
Good night, Patrick.
Tiredly walks away to...
Does Corn
His
go
house.
with him?
No, Corn is sitting on top of Syphos' bed right now.
Lucky me.
I am no pet!
He's right, you know.
For the most part, sure.
For the most part, I could burn your skull off.
You know, today I wouldn't say no. Alright, let's just...
Birdie's already
Yeah,
like
that's-
halfway down the street. Leaving
She's got the right idea.
madness.
Yes. Let's go rest.
And off you all go. Takes just a little bit, but you make it back to Guild House. On your way through, you did see people moving some stretchers off to churches. Quite a few people needing tending to. And a courtyard that looks like it's filled with bodies of varying sizes, all covered with white sheets. It appears that they are being prepared for traditional burial. Finally make it back to the guild house where Jarvis waiting just within the door. Sees all of you. Hello. Good to see all of you. Heard that things had been a little spotty at the end there.
Who did we lose?
On our side, we lost. I think the number was around 5,000. For the elves, about sent around. I think it was 4,000 archers. Not certain on their loss.
Is there anything you need from us, Jarvis?
No, I don't need anything from you. I was going to ask if you needed anything from.
Dad, this is Jarvis. Jarvis, my father.
Pleasure. No.
Can you make sure our room is comfortably prepared for him?
Of course. Don't mind. Would you want him close by, or?
Yes, absolutely.
I will make sure there is a room upstairs, doors away from you. You wouldn't mind following me? Of
I'll
course.
meet you up on the second floor. Make sure you use the bathing room. Their hot bath is amazing.
You don't have to tell me twice. I'll probably use it as soon as possible. You don't mind helping. He grabs Jarvis's shoulder. They walk up the stairs and go up.
Kitchen's first. I'm gonna go raid that damn halfling's larder. I don't know if he's in there. Or if he's hiding down in
food.
whatever that little bread proofing room they made him was.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, food sounds good first.
On with food.
Yes.
Tony, what are you doing?
Antonio, I know you're there.
Antonio, you fucking.
Bye.
Oh my god. I will end you.
Hello.
Hey!
I
Bye.
don't know why my mic isn't working unless if I put it like right up my face.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It's called push to talk.
No, that's not it. But yeah, she's also gonna go get some food. She pretty much finished all of her manga, unfortunately.
So someone needs some new manga.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
So, as Syphos heads off to the bathroom, find that Connor has already fully undressed, as seemed to have already washed himself. He is just sitting on one of the steps, halfway. This is nice. Sorry, I cannot get.
Syphos.
Have not.
Here's almost one.
Didn't want. Blaming some.
Of this side. Ooh. Family court. Dude, I don't get to talk about my family ever, so that's great.
It's more stuff.
Patrice. Eldest son to Patrice and Vlada.
I remember correctly. Family was killed. Julianus conquering campaign. That's one of the things he
Claimed.
posted. Named a list of.
Any particular ones come to mind besides? Do I know who he pays sins to?
Well, have to. I know.
When I find him again.
He's a slip. Working.
They're very good acquaintance.
What is? Last I heard, the lifters sent death pay.
They thought that we were lost. Accident. At the end. We're at the north of south of. But luckily, we were in the Erjanasi temple south of Orwell, but we survived. We were on another plane of existence. I guess the one favored us for the moment.
Anyway, happy back to it.
I hope this is personal. Was it mine?
Are you speaking of
Just
the
having
loss of a child or the slavery?
more of the slavery. I cannot imagine even putting into words losing a child.
I will say that one was definitely harder than the other.
What did they have you doing?
I had it easy compared to others. After I had turned myself into orc blood for some transcribing his life, essentially. Man thought very highly of himself. He believed himself a god, being he was on his way to ascension or some.
Sounds about right.
All right.
Okay. But let's not remember the terrible past. Let's focus on the good present. For the most part.
And I'm going to enjoy this.
Oh, I did not blame you. It's nice and relaxing.
And just kind of slips in a little bit further, almost looking like a crocodile, as his head just kind of pokes over the water. His eyes just poking, nostrils poking over the water, just.
Bubbles.
No. It's just the nostrils and the eyes above the water. Everything else. It's below the level.
Head over to the other side of the party.
Really? We're gonna go see Volah? He said it, no takes backs.
Now,
Now, getting back from Volah.
back to another portion of the party. Brydi, Leofin, and Kaine, who have headed off to the kitchens.
Yes.
Team grub.
Team grub.
Grub.
Y'all open up and see that the common room is yet again empty. And you do smell
Diesel.
diesel. You are
Motherfuckers.
You do smell a it's almost a scent of cinnamon. Is that fresh bread?
Leofin, is that cinnamon?
Oh, I do believe it is. It smells great.
A full-on, like, Scooby-Doo, Shaggy seeing food in a haunted house's kitchen, like, all the way over to the door to the kitchen.
No, just fucking ass in the air, legs dangling, floating towards the smell.
She's riding the central.
As you get closer and closer, you finally swing the door open and look in, and you do see stools all over the place. Almost looks like planks that lead from one stool to another.
This has got to be a trip hazard.
And you didn't see this before, but very meticulously laid out stations that look like everything is in its place, and that's where it belongs. If you touch it, someone will die. But you see no one in here. But the scent is really strong, and the more you follow it, you get closer and you see what looks like a wash basin, and underneath a smaller door. It could be a cabinet, but
you hear something on the other side of it, and then that scent of cinnamon is incredibly strong from here.
Well, do you want to open this cabinet, or...
Do we knock? I don't know.
I gave it
Yeah,
a gentle
give Volah
knock.
an hour so she can cast knock on it.
Oh,
All right, Leofin goes up and gently knocks on the door. You hear a couple of rustling. You hear it. It sounds like something is going on in there. The sound of what is that? Sounds like somebody almost punching something. Almost a thwappy kind of sound. And no other response.
I open one door.
Open the door. As you come down,
Peek
you put your finger through one of the rings and crack it open. There's a little... You look in and you see a rather elderly halfling picking up some dough, lifting it, and whoop, whoop, just like full on slamming it into a counter, and then kind of rolling it back up and kneading, just putting his weight into it, and all his 30 pounds of weight.
What's the AC of bread?
it.
Those slam attacks, man. They gotta.
Let's see if
This is
Volah
dough
does
at present.
Sorry. Stacy.
Gotta
dough.
get that. Gotta get that.
Gotta get that dough.
As he's just pressing into it, you see him stop for a second, and he kind of looks up. He's looking straight at you. What do you want?
Brydi like looks at Leofin and then looks at Kaine and looks back at him and goes, "What are you making?"
I'm making cinnamon rolls. They're delicious. Very nutritious. Not nutritious, but it's very delicious.
Brydi is stunned silent. Her mouth is halfway open and it's starting to drip drool out one side.
I mean, if you want some cinnamon rolls, you're gonna have to wait. How long? You will wait for as long as you need to wait. You do not rush cinnamon rolls. Baking is a fine process. It's like chemistry. I will be done when I'm done.
You mean alchemy?
right. Well, sorry for bothering you. Brydi, I think maybe this is something that would be done in the morning.
No problem.
Cinnamon rolls.
I'll have some done in like a couple of hours.
Or in a couple of hours.
Maybe.
Insight check. Insight check. How long is this bad boy gonna take?
So we kind of
Alright.
like gently back out of the door of this tiny little doorway and reclose the door. I assume the thwapping
Well,
resumes.
the flapping resumes, and that quick peek you got inside was it's a really nice, cozy little area. Stove kind of built off to the side, an island for himself that was waist high for him. So about 1.5 feet, and just a whole lot of there's a bunch of like things you'd expect in a baker's shop. Yeah.
So there's a tiny kitchen
Inside the kitchen.
in the.
Yes, there was a tiny kitchen in the kitchen. A tiny baker's kitchen.
Right.
Paul Holly would be so happy.
Well, I guess we found out where the cinnamon smell was coming from, but I guess they won't be done for a while.
Cinnamon rolls. Oh my
I know.
Okay, I can wait. That's fine. It's cool. It's fine. I can wait for cinnamon rolls.
Brydi, you got something on? Oh,
Yep. Nope. It's from aging suddenly 20 years in 30 minutes. Don't mind me.
right. It's still taking a little getting used to.
Yep.
Your friend is trying to console
well.
himself alone in his room, and you're concerned about fucking cinnamon rolls.
You would be too.
If it were
If it
one of
happened
us,
to
you would have been like
you.
cinnamon rolls take priority.
Cinnamon rolls.
I really want cinnamon rolls.
I can
God damn
tell.
it.
Alright, you're gonna have to fucking pop those out of the oven now.
Dude, I was working on the freezer wall, and cinnamon rolls were right there.
The Pillsbury.
I picked them up, and I was looking at the bag. It's like, damn it, I want a waffle iron too, so I can make waffle cinnamon waffle
waffles.
rolls.
Oh.
Delicious.
So as we exit the kitchen, now excited to wait for cinnamon rolls, Brydi looks at one of the counters that's right near the exit, and then just picks up one of the tools, flips it around, puts it back. So instead of the head of it facing the direction that it was, now the handle of it is facing that direction.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess barring food, I guess I'll go take a bath and come back and see what the status is on those cinnamon rolls.
All right. As you head out, Kaine, where are you doing?
I'm just following them.
Going to the bath as well, Brydi?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Keep an ear out for people coming up the stairs.
Huh?
I'm gonna keep an ear out for people coming up the stairs.
Oh, you already heard some people
Some people?
go down the hallway.
Oh, okay. Well,
So you're aware some people are here.
Okay.
By the way, Brydi, do you think we should go check in on Dio? I know he said he wanted to be alone earlier, but
I think it'd be our best bet to let him decide when he wants to come see.
right. Well, I know he's had a pretty great loss today, but I hope he'll start feeling better soon.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm still like low-key really pissed off at Clive, and I have to keep reminding myself that he's gone. It's really weird. He's kind of just been this constant that we've had in the group for a while now. I mean, even in the snow up in the mountains, we were, he was right there. I remember Dio like riding him like off the side of him, like he wasn't even in the saddle, he was just like off the side of him, getting like scraping off the top of a snowdrift with his own body. It was I remember when you were fighting him as a ram when Dio got him.
Right, yes. Yeah, it feels like forever ago.
It's amazingly fast how that plays out. I mean, it's minus the 20 years in the mirror. I mean, it's only been 2 months? Maybe
Is it
3
really?
since he got
Wow.
him?
Do I hear their voices while they're coming up the stairs?
Yeah, you hear them.
Feels like a lot
speaking.
longer.
I'll be
As you-
sorely missed. I know that.
As they are starting to walk by, or just passing your room, you see Kaine, Brydi, and Leofin walking down the hallway towards the baths.
Hey,
Oh, hey.
you
Hey,
don't
Dio.
mind coming in for just a bit?
Sure, what's up?
I just wanted to talk.
Yeah.
Oh, we're all ears.
So, I closed the door. So, we're in the process of making funeral arrangements for Clive. Hopefully, the doors will let me bury him in Orwell.
alongside the other battle rams.
I think that'd be a very fitting burial ground for him.
The council has agreed to let us have a ceremony here in town.
Did they give you times or dates yet?
No, not yet. But his body's already being prepared.
There's about to be a lot of funerals.
Indeed. But, there's something we need to talk about. Brydi, you saw it. I'm sure Leofin, you also saw it. But Syphos refused to give me the ring when I asked for it. I begged him, and he refused.
Alright then.
So, we're gonna have to take it off of him. Not suggesting chopping anything off. Don't worry. But we got to get it off him.
I'll take care of it.
And
No, we have to take care of it.
well, if talking him down is, talking him out of taking the ring off, do you think maybe you could steal it from him?
It's a bit more difficult to steal something off someone when they're wearing it.
Well, I agree, but I mean, I've seen your sleight of hand before.
I'm not a rogue. I'm not a thief. Unless you ask Volah. But seriously, we're gonna have to do it together because we need this to happen. It feels like I've lost 2 people today. And I'm not ready for another one.
Is him wearing the ring affecting him in any way? That we know of, at least.
But I remember not wanting to take off the ring.
Just that kind of feeling where, like, I got something that's cool.
Yeah.
I would like to be able to, see what this could actually do. Just that kind of feeling of, I want to be able to use this. Come on, guys. Come on. That kind of feeling.
Come on. Alright. From when I was wearing it, I had this feeling that I kind of wanted to play with it. It almost kind of seemed like a toy, to be honest. Something to try out. But y'all were able to convince me to take it off fairly easily, but Syphos just won't, and it's bothering me.
Huh. Well, let me think a moment. Out of character while I look at my spells real quick.
Out of character.
I'm looking at what Charm does. That's not it. Do I have Gios?
Yes.
Not gonna
I
lie.
do have Gios.
I was gonna say,
I
I'm
was
pretty sure you
genuinely thinking, what spell is that?
What spell is that?
I was like, I don't remember hearing that
It gives
spell.
you the ability to kill a lot of Japanese people.
using a princess.
To kill a bunch of Japanese people.
Ugh.
Well, if we can't convince him to take it off by talking to him, I do have a spell that I could try using. I have a spell where if it takes hold of him, I'd be able to essentially command him to obey my orders, which would include, taking the ring off. But if he directly disobeys what I tell him to do, it would also inflict some pretty serious pain on him.
I don't want to cause him any pain. You mentioned trying to pickpocket off of him. I might be able to do that. I can make myself invisible and he won't see me, especially considering I am a bit small.
Well, yeah, that could work. I mean, like I said, I think maybe talking to him or just stealing it off him would be better, but as a last resort, we could attempt that.
Alright,
I'll try talking him off at first.
Brydi, that didn't work the first time.
I didn't try the first time.
I did.
Yes, that's true, but she has a point. I think maybe Brydi might have some more pull.
Alright.
No, but
I'll
I
just
mean, have
be
you
in the
seen them
corner,
together?
being invisible. And then, once we're done with this, I'm going to bed.
Alright.
We want to do this tonight, then, right?
The sooner the better.
Okay. I'm assuming we're not using the spell then, right?
Yeah.
Yet.
Okay. Well, I'll be sure to tune it just in case, but I won't be able to use it until after we've had a rest.
You're fine. We won't be able to do anything until tomorrow anyway.
Right.
Other than trying to talk him off it. Most of us are fairly tapped.
Alright.
Right. Well, we were actually going to head to the baths, and I think they might be having cinnamon rolls made soon.
Mm.
Hungry.
Honestly, I don't think I could eat right now.
Right.
If we're not going to go through this right now, then I'm going to bed.
Brydi, do you want to try this now, or?
I'll talk to him. But the rest of it needs to wait until you've got whatever spell you need ready.
Right. Okay. Well, if you don't need me right now, I'm gonna go rinse off, and I'll probably be back in the kitchen to see if those rolls ever get done.
Oh, I'll be joining you.
All right. Well, I'll see you then.
Kaine, are you coming?
She nods.
Sweet.
By the way, when I said serious damage, it's 5d10 psychic damage.
Ooh.
So basically, he could kill me in one hit.
Only put you down.
Oh, but it's no more than once each day,
Yeah.
and it lasts for 30 days.
Oh, shit.
Fuck. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, that's why I was like, if it's the one I'm thinking of, I don't know the name of it.
You become Leofin.
I mean, I can dismiss it. I'm not an asshole.
Geese. And people keep pronouncing it several different ways. Geese.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah.
I don't know.
Essentially,
I say
yes.
Diaz.
Yeah.
I'm okay with calling it Gias, that's
Hold
fine.
on, I'm trying to look up the spell. What's the code for it?
Hmm?
I said, what's the code for the spell? I'm trying to look it up.
Kios.
Ignore him.
That's the name of the spell.
Ignore him, he's making a joke.
Oh, I'm not getting it.
Code
Sorry.
Gias.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. What?
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 He said,
He
he
made
said, hey, I'm trying to look up that spell. What's the code for it?
Yeah. So.
I know, I sound like a Lelouch.
Alright.
Anyways.
As
Do I need
Dio.
to read the spell?
Yeah, go ahead and remind me what it does. I read it earlier, but it's been a really long day.
Yeah, so this shell. Alright, we're gonna try that again. This spell shapes a creature's dream. Choose a creature known to you as the target of the spell. Target must be on the same plane of existence as you. Creatures that don't sleep, such as elves, can't be contacted by this spell, or Syphos. You or a willing creature you touch enters a trance state, acting as a messenger while in the trance. The messenger is aware of his or her surroundings, but can't take action or move. If the target is asleep, the messenger appears in the target's dream and can converse with the target as long as it remains asleep. Through the duration of the spell, the messenger can also shape the environment of the dream, creating landscapes, objects, and other images. The messenger can emerge from the trance at time, ending the effect of the spell early. The target recalls the dream perfectly upon waking. If the target is awake when you cast the spell, the messenger knows it and can either end the trance and the spell, or wait for the target to fall asleep, at which point the messenger appears in the target's dream. And then the rest of this is about if you're trying to cause a nightmare, but I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
What?
I mean, that'd be kind of a dickish move right here.
Dickish move.
For real, being like, hey, by the way.
It doesn't do a whole lot, but 3d6 is not bad. Psychic damage.
Yeah.
And you get an advantage if you have, like, a lock of hair clipping from nail or something like that.
Do you
Or a scale.
No. Or yeah. Unfortunately, the only person that would work on is Kaine because, well,
Syphos don't sleep.
Syphos don't sleep. The spell doesn't work with him. The duration's 8 hours.
Oh, I was thinking, because didn't we take some from him to make those gloves?
It doesn't matter. He doesn't fall asleep.
Yeah.
I was about to say, creatures that can't go to sleep.
I think the only way, and this would be a DM's call, is if we knocked him unconscious.
Even then, I'm not technically sleeping.
How does it feel to like get this meta knowledge of all these people plotting around you?
Listen, I'm already planning for things.
I'm already planning for things.
Just throwing that one out there.
You have no reason to be suspicious of the halfling. It's fine.
Yep. So,
We'll go ahead and mark that spell slot.
as you're getting ready for bed, you start casting a new spell. Describe what this looks like. This is the first one.
This is the first one.
Yeah.
So, because he's casting it on himself and he's using his cittern as his focus, he just starts playing the cittern softly. And then out of like the hollowed bowl comes like a pink, kind of a pink cloud that encompasses Dio and then disperses and then no.
Nice. You go into a trance, and it feels like you're here for quite a while. It's empty, lonely. It's a few minutes, and it feels like a couple of hours. And then something starts to change. It's almost like when you have your eyes closed, that dancing of colors that you see when you're pretending to be asleep, but you're still wide awake.
I basically kind of sleep paralysis.
You know. But these colors start to shift and change, and from this, a world takes shape. You're standing in a very familiar room with a almost familiar person over sitting in a chair at a table, looking out and counting the endless sheep running from one field to another.
Do I recognize this room at all?
Yeah.
What room is this?
You would definitely recognize this room, because this is a room that you and your sister had spent quite a lot of time in on rainy days back in Fargo. As she's sitting by a table looking out through the window of your parents' house, seeing sheep run from one field to another, and What's that? Yeah. That's a little Dio. Riding on top of a sheep. Bucket on head, mop in hand. Pointing forward as the sheep starts rushing down the fairway, and then it tries to jump over a rock as it starts veering off into the field. You begin to lose your grip and fall over. The bucket rolls away. He uses the mop to get back up, and you go right back after that fucking sheep. You remember that time. Apparently so does your sister.
Oh.
And she sits there and stares out the window.
Um,
You assume this is your sister. She does look familiar, but different.
20 years will do that. I go up and tap her shoulder.
And you see her straighten up a little bit and turn around. Oh, hey. Is there something I can do for you, Dio? Why are you in here? I thought you were playing with the sheep.
Hilni,
Yeah?
you're in a dream right now.
I think I would know if I was in a dream, Dio.
Alright, what would you think would be in a dream? Just out of curiosity.
Well, I suppose, I don't know. Why not something from those old stories, Marta? Why not a great big old giant gingerbread house?
Oh, alright. Snap my finger and then I change the environment to look like the inside of a gingerbread house.
As the colors of the world shift, the table changes to a very large cookie. The seat that she's sitting on is now a peppermint stool. The walls turn from a warm, inviting oak finish to a cardboard-like brown cookie that coats everything with little bits of icing in the corners that look like they've already dripped down into the building.
Because I heard them talking about it, I'll also make a platter with a cinnamon roll on it appear in my hand.
Cinnamon roll the size of her head.
Yes.
Yes!
And it looks comically ridiculous as you hold this incredibly large cinnamon roll with one hand. Not in the center of the platter, but off to the side. It looks as if the platter is sitting on your hand and is just off in thin air.
Like it's floating by yourself and your hand
Yeah.
just happens to be under it.
Yeah.
I check this out, watch. And then I just keep it floating there. Hi, do you think we're in a dream now?
Maybe.
Alright.
I haven't had a lucid dream before.
Hilni, this is not exactly a lucid dream. I've cast a spell. I've been gone for quite a while, and I'm trying to get into contact with you.
You see her face getting a little confused. The girl starts to shift even more as the way she used to see herself shifts. And you can see almost like recognition, understanding start to come over her face as this transformation finishes. She goes from a somewhat soft girl to someone who looks like they have been through some hard times. Someone who's traveled, maybe have gotten in a few fights. A light scar rests across the side of her cheek, coming from one ear down to her chin. Dio.
Hi, Hilni, are you remembering everything now?
And she comes up to you and wraps her arms around you.
Oh,
Where have you been?
I got sucked into a porthole and I've been stuck in another realm for 20 years, although it felt like but moments for me. I know a lot has happened in the world since I left home, but if you give me a minute, I can tell you everything I've been through since then.
I've been looking for you for years now.
How long have you been looking?
It's been about 7.
7 years.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Where are you?
I'm just a few miles south of Wellstein.
Oh, alright.
There's...
I'm a bit further away.
Where?
I'm in Alcir.
See her.
The place where all the dragonborn are.
Over in the desert.
Aye.
I see. Are you gonna be staying there for longer?
We're about to travel again. I think it's probably best that I begin from the start, and I tell her essentially everything that's happened.
With visual elements.
Yeah, with visual elements from
Dio's recollection.
with which is pretty fucking good. He is College of Lore. He has to remember shit.
Oh, I meant just like over-exaggerated.
Over-exaggerated.
Dio's the ultimate hero. The rest of us are just his backup dancers.
I mean, I'm not sure if that's perception. I think that's more just objective reality. Hold on. All right, now. Basically just illustrating everything that happened since I left home, and then up until now.
Okay.
But I'm not going to go into detail.
The guys that were still left in the oldie Black Sabbath, they're like, "We are not worthy."
We are not worthy.
The background.
The background. And well, that's kind of the gist of it. So we've got to close that portal.
I had wondered what was going on. There's... You can see it from here, even. At least some of it. There's green light coming from your direction. Looks like tiny serpents peeking over the horizon.
Aye. Once we take care of the funeral for Clive, we're going to head south and try to find an item that can fix this problem, because we don't really have much of a choice, to be honest.
Okay. I'll head that way.
Oh. I'm still technically your big brother.
Well, you may be my big brother, but you're not my keeper.
Oh. Listen, no. This is... You've been traveling, yes, but... This is dangerous, Hildy.
If it's so dangerous, shouldn't you want more help?
I've already, lost one person who was close to me, and then two decided to leave. One with only minor explanation, and the other just disappeared.
All the more reason for me to be there. As far as I see, you're short two people.
Hildy, I don't think I can ask you to do this.
I ain't looking for you to ask. I'm coming. You said you're going south. I'll head south. If I see you, I see you.
And we'll be having a bit of a head start.
Well, I can make my way down.
We can I don't think you understand. We can teleport to Orwell instantly.
Oh, you and your fancy magics. Well,
Aye, because you weren't clever enough to figure it out yourself.
I don't need to figure it out myself. I get an axe and I can put it in any egghead's brain just fine.
I'm more clever than you are.
You're a poo-poo head.
I've missed you, Hildy.
I've missed you too.
I'm thinking tomorrow night I'm going to make Ian suffer just because he's an asshole. Give him a bit of a spook.
That wouldn't be a bad idea.
Aye.
Cheated on his wife.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
I knew he was an asshole. I didn't know he was an arsehole.
Oh, he's an asshole.
Aye. Who was his wife? I didn't even realize he had a wife.
Oh, well.
Hildy? Who's
It's
his...
fine.
Hildy? Hildy?
Don't worry about it.
Hildy? Oh, Hildy.
Huh?
Hildy. How'd you know about this?
How do I know? Well,
Aye.
it's fine.
Helny,
Mm-hmm.
I've been gone for 20 years. I gave
Yes.
you everything from when I left.
Uh-huh.
I even told you about Frederick, poor lad.
Yes.
What you?
It's not my secret to give.
Hilny, I've got about how many hours would I think I have?
Well, subjectively, you got a long time. Dreams are a little
Weird.
fuzzy on the time deal, so...
Hilny, I have nothing but time right now.
Right. Well, do you remember that girl you liked?
Hi, the redhead with the pigtails?
Yeah.
Was she the wife or the one that he cheated on?
She was the wife.
Oh, Hilny. Hilny, no. Hilny, you didn't.
Did what?
Hilny, I don't have to spell it out for you. But I can,
Do
actually.
you think I would... Where's my axe?
You can't do
You show me where my axe is!
Alright, I've got an idea. And I snap it 6 feet above her.
You're an asshole.
Well, listen, I know what we could reach. And I can reach it just fine. And I expand my arms and legs.
The continuity! It hurts my brain!
And then I just shrink back to normal. You mean this axe?
Give me my axe.
Alright, here. And I throw it to her, it turns into a lollipop.
Now she's got a warhammer.
She swings it back down at you. I would not sleep with that bastard.
Well, I mean, everyone gets drunk.
It was Telly.
Telly?
Yes. The slag.
Oh. No, that's not very nice.
Oh, she slept with just about everyone in town.
Aye, she takes pride in her work.
Yeah, well, if she's actually getting paid for it, that would be great.
Oh. Nothing.
Yeah.
Just a thought.
Anyway, dickhead. Yeah, torture the bastard. I don't care.
I'm not an evil person, but
I think.
I'm not an evil person, but yeah, of course I'm going to mess with him. But if I can't convince you to stay away, then I think it would be best if we travel together, don't you?
Yeah.
You want to meet us in Orwell?
Well, it'll take me a lot of time to get to Orwell.
How long do you think it'll take you?
From where I am, it's gonna take a week, 2. Depends on how troublesome that Baron is.
I've heard some tales.
Ah, well, it's
You think you
some
can get?
horrible shit, I assure you.
I think you can get by him.
Yeah, I'll skate down past Harva and see if I can go through the Elven territories. If not, I'll try and rent a boat, see if I can get down.
All right. Well, I'll contact you tomorrow night. Then same way. All right.
Sounds good.
How's Mom and Dad?
They're good. Really sad. When that messenger came, I didn't believe him. I didn't find your body. It hit our parents hard.
I'm going to get into contact with them. Don't worry, Hilmy.
Good.
I'll let them know that everything's all right, and that you're all right as well. I'm sure you haven't been the best at communicating with Ma and Da.
I don't know what you're talking about. I gave him a sending stone. One of us is responsible, Mr. Egghead.
One of us didn't want to be nagged the entire time he was gone.
Right, of course.
Music's not a real career.
And how far have you gotten with your music, by the way?
I scared an entire army, inspired a city, several times.
I'm sure that's 100% accurate, yeah.
Aye, it is accurate.
Right. Like how you stood atop a beholder, pulling its tentacle and saying, "Yeah!"
A bit of fabrication is in order, but that one is true.
Right.
I wouldn't lie about my own musical abilities. I don't have to. I can cast freaking magic through it.
Of course, of course. Magic this, magic that. And as y'all continue to bicker through the night.
I'm going to bed. I'll see you tomorrow night, Hildy.
Night. And that you are fast asleep. Back in time. As we go to Brydi, who has headed off to the baths, where Donner and Syphos are still present. Donner's still crocodiling in the water.
Don't go in, he's waiting for Brydi.
As you enter the room, you see just the top of his head and Syphos in the bath as well. How far away from
I
you?
actively keep my hand out of the water. like I'm like maybe up to here, just kind of like arms just kind of like over the side. Yeah, just kind of like
Man,
over.
that stone floor is going to be cold to walk on after getting out of the...
Yeah, I know. Like I literally have like my hand like resting right here and this hand over here, and just like
They just need to have like bottled beer so you can just keep one hand on it and just...
pretty much. Chilled health potions. Go.
Okay. So Brydi walks in, and she, it just starts undoing buckles on her armor. Well, she doesn't really wear like armor anymore. She's got the Gamerson and the mithril. So she undoes the ties on those and just lets them go to the floor. Starts peeling up everything else. Undoes her hair, puts her fingers through it, rinses off really quick, and then throws a towel over her shoulder. And if Syphos opens his eyes, she's literally standing over his head, looking down at him.
Hello.
Hey,
How are you?
cold. She gets in the bath right next to him and just sinks down to like right at her chin.
God, I love these baths.
Mm-hmm.
The bed's right there.
Yep.
That's why we're trying to be as like yes, this water. Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, I haven't told that yet. So.
As he's sitting across the other side of the bath, you see the crocodile-like eyes staring at you. Syphos.
I just kind of like look down, very like gingerly, just like I meet his eyes and just kind of like, woo, yeah. Look, those tiles are out of place. You can see that one's off.
Really?
The gratting's not right.
Which one?
That one over there.
Cloudy night tonight, right?
Oh, yeah.
There's no opening here.
It's just ceiling.
Wonderful weather it looks like outside.
A lot of overcast.
While they're having their awkward small talk, Leofin will quickly change, rinse off, and get in the bath just far enough to make it only slightly awkward, away from everyone else.
Nice.
Two bros chilling in a hot tub, 5 feet apart because they're not gay.
And he's humming a weird tune. Doesn't know where he picked it up from.
So, you see Donner's head come up a little bit more. Hello, Brydi.
My God. You feeling thoroughly warmed?
This is a very nice bath.
I told you.
I do enjoy it. And he's just like looking at you and Syphos and looks across the way over at Leofin.
Like stick a hand up out of the water and just wave.
It's really funny
Big
because
silver blue eyes!
Jared did the same thing. He literally was just like, hi. I was like, damn, you can see us.
You do some of blood cell.
Yeah.
Where's Kaine?
Here.
Here? Are you just like standing in the corner, getting ready for her to like information for your next light novel.
Yeah, she's trying to either listen or scour for more books to read. As she's frantically biting her nails because she needs her fix.
She needs her
You need a fix. So, who looks over at Kaine?
I wouldn't mind her. She's
Strong, quiet type. Strange, quiet type.
going through withdrawals.
Also true.
That is horrible. What medication was she on?
Hentai.
Head back into the water.
Just crocodiling again.
And Syphos just right at the ceiling, just can't look at him. We'll start laughing. We'll turn a weird shade of purple.
Brydi doesn't even try. She just bursts out laughing.
And Leofin just kind of sinks a little bit further into the tub and just averts his eyes even more.
And kind of just sweating profusely.
It is steaming.
All the better.
Now she has an excuse. It's okay. So did y'all get food?
Halfling dude is making cinnamon rolls, bro.
Ooh, that sounds delicious.
Cinnamon rolls.
Yep. You have not had cinnamon rolls until they have been made by a halfling.
I imagine.
I will say you have not had a good meal unless it's made by a halfling. Going to throw that out there. The things he can do with basic ingredients blows my mind. Give him anything exotic. Ha!
This sounds wonderful.
You should have seen what he did with the dragon's breath pepper.
Whoa. He can't handle it himself.
No.
But...
No.
And you see him stand up out of the water. Kind of quickly at first, but the more he gets out, the slower he gets. And he's just...
He is almost 80.
As you hear joints popping as he stands. Oh, I'm going to see if I can get some of that cinnamon rolls.
Ask Jarvis to get you a massage.
Do you think he would do that?
That guy is amazing with his hands.
Right.
Leofin kind of goes underwater for a moment.
Syphos is just...
There's just one big bubble just comes up above Leofin's head as all of his air just goes...
Yes, that's exactly what happened.
Syphos please God, don't laugh, just don't laugh.
Well,
that's why I'm hiding underwater.
I will see if he is willing.
Let him use those amazing hands of his.
Don't worry, I won't tell Mom.
Right.
She's
You'll have a good night.
You too.
Night, Dad.
And I burst my head back and I was like, oh, it was nice to meet you.
He's already shutting the door behind him.
Oh, did I miss him?
Just barely.
He was in a rush. I can't imagine why.
Oh, no, it's not like I've ever gotten rid of my dad faster. Speaking of getting rid of things.
What are you suggesting getting rid of?
The reason you're keeping your hands out of the water.
Ruininess? What?
Syphos,
Yes.
you need to take the ring off. You don't need to have it on anymore.
Doesn't hurt to have it on. In case something happened.
Does it? Does it really pull to have it on?
Okay. Remember how we had this discussion of that Riff might actually just go apeshit on this?
Mm-hmm.
So, if I have the ring on, I'll be able to actually help take care of people. Help be able to fend off
That's
people.
what your staff is for.
Again, that only has so much.
Mm-hmm.
That only has so many charges. And so does the ring. I mean, it's one of those ones. It taps itself out eventually.
Doesn't make any sense, Syphos.
Well, it's magic, I know. I know it's complicated, but
And I'm definitely trying to persuade her. Trying to persuade her to understand the ring's not an issue.
Leofin from the other side of the hot tub.
That's a 2.
Well, total of 10.
Damn, that's nice. Still not a great roll, though.
No, I know. I was about to say it would have been great. Damn, I should have used it. Fuck me. I had Darkwood's Blessing. Would have been great.
Yeah, my passive wisdom is 12, so...
Yeah. Can I use Darkwood's Blessing?
No.
No, I figured.
Leofin's on the other side of the hot tub going, that bullshit.
Literally, Kaine's also calling my bullshit, too. She's probably just like...
She would say it out loud, but you know.
Kaine's passive insight. Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't pass anybody's.
I figured. I didn't even pass mine.
Dio's telling his story to Hilny in the dream, thinking, hold on.
Syphos full
Someone's
of shit.
full of shit.
That's full of shit. What are you talking about? It doesn't matter.
Nothing. There's an idiot.
Yeah, I might not be like, magically inclined, Syphos, but that doesn't make me dumb.
You're right. You're not dumb. It's... How do you explain this?
It's a magical item that doesn't want you to take it off, so it uses any method possible to keep you wanting you to keep it on. Once you get some water, like dips down, gets some water in her mouth, and just goes fountains it out.
Oh, okay. I was like, please don't drink that. I guarantee
Nope.
everything in here should be drinking.
Nope.
Drank.
Just fountains it out.
I don't know what to tell you. It's just... It makes me feel important. Like I actually contribute.
That lot of good it did you in that battle.
Save my hide, didn't it?
Mm-mm. You saved your own hide. That ring had nothing to do with it.
Debatable. You saw the giant ice hand that was out there.
You could have
All
done
of it.
something similar with something else.
I
And
don't-
if you had grabbed the guy with the giant ice hand and pinned his arms to his sides, then he couldn't have broken the staff.
Again, you were too close. What if I had done something and the staff had broken? Or worse. There was many possibilities, but it's that's not the point. It's just the ring feels like it gives me importance.
The ring has nothing on you that gives you importance, Syphos. If you're nothing without the ring, then
I'm what? A commoner?
you're Syphos.
A simple dragonborn just here to what? Live out a boring story. Much like everyone else.
What part of your story has been boring, Syphos? You lost your family in a horrible tragedy, walked through a gate you didn't know you were walking through to make a deal with a devil, only to return and swear vengeance on the people who killed your family, and spent the last 10 plus 20 imaginary years literally saving whole nations at a time, all without this ring.
You may make a check.
Volah's like, oh no, that's some bullshit. Lloyd is like,
That's some right bullshit.
That's some shite.
That's some right there. Okay.
Natural 19.
Yeah. What's the...
Oh, you're good.
Okay, Gucci.
Yeah, you feel that want, that you look deep down. I mean, deep. That need to keep it on. Slip away. Further back into your consciousness. Even more so to where you don't feel the pull anymore.
You know what, Brydi? You might just be onto something. If this ring was so important, it wouldn't fall into the hands of someone so tragic. You know?
No, it would have fallen on somebody who could have used easier.
You're right.
Somebody who really didn't have any importance in the world without it.
Pull her in just for a nice big old
Yeah.
side hug.
And I'd take the ring out of his hand and I hold it back behind my head and said, Leofin, would you put this away for me, please?
Oh, good. Yes, all right. I'm glad this one worked. All right, and I'll take the ring, and
Your
start
class-
getting out of the bath.
What work?
Oh, having
Nope, you
Brydi
don't need to
just
worry
talk
about that. And she literally just starts like making out with him right there in the tub.
Easiest way to distract him, man.
Leofin's frantically. I'm getting dressed and just trying to hurry out of the room quickly.
Don't worry, it's gonna fade to black as the camera starts.
No,
Panning
no,
away.
it doesn't. It doesn't fade
Kaine.
to black. It zooms in on
Kaine.
Kaine, who's still standing in the corner.
Kinda, what are you doing?
You know, so after all that's happened, she's still worried about her books. Trying to get her. She knows what's happening, but it's not as important as trying to get her high.
So,
Brydi takes like one big breath and goes, "Hey, Kaine, I'm sure Jarvis could find you something if you asked him nicely."
Well, after that, she just like sprints, busts through the door, tries to find him.
There's.
There. Where were we?
I think right here.
and after
Poor Leofin.
a period of time,
Did not need to see that.
After 20 plus minutes. Natural 20, by the way.
after a period of time, y'all naturally start to convene back down into the kitchen, where the scent of cinnamon rolls is incredibly strong. Not just the scent of cinnamon rolls, but that sweet, sharp scent of just like the best kind of icing. That it smells so sweet, it makes your teeth hurt just a little bit.
Okay,
God damn it.
I need you to stop, because I've been craving
One of you needs to go to Walmart right now and pick me up a roll of Pillsbury cinnamon rolls. I will make us cinnamon rolls. God damn it! We will eat cinnamon rolls in this house before we leave.
I wish I could.
Audio version
I
of
have no money.
Amy Draw's food.
This is the audio version of
Food porn.
Shokugeki.
There you go.
Yeah.
Food wars.
So, you walk into the room and it's just the scent practically punches you in the face.
Yes, as
Oh.
it should.
Roll a constitution check, so everyone just automatically starts drooling over this.
As you
I choose to fail.
as you should. As you make it further into the room, you do see some cinnamon rolls just sitting on that counter in the wall that goes into the kitchen, and you hear someone in there. Who did it?
Oh god! So loud.
Oh no.
You do this, I will destroy you. And you hear someone. You hear like stools almost like shaking back and forth, and the sound of something shattering against a wall.
Hello?
Yes?
We heard there's cinnamon rolls?
You see a face poke over, just like nose up, poke over the counter for the wall. Yes, I have cinnamon rolls ready.
Can we have some?
Yes,
You are a...
you may have one cinnamon roll.
Each?
He looks like you can see his eyes like going over the crowd. Fine.
You are a godsend.
I've been smelling these for hours.
Now, if you don't mind, I have a dragonborn to kill. And you see his head just kind of back away from the counter, and you hear a S, and tiny footsteps just making their way through a kitchen. The doors slam open. I swear he moves my tiny whisk one more time, and I will cut off his tail and feed it to him!
I bet it'll taste delicious.
It will be the best thing he's ever eaten! As he's just speaking directly into pelvis and starts walking away.
Yes. I kind of say this to like all the tall people very quietly. He's a very scary man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what happened?
I don't know, but let's not play with his tools.
Duly noted.
Brydi looks at Kaine and winks at her.
Those cinnamon rolls.
Syphos literally just kind of grabs his tail. Just like, that's it. Just like, it's okay.
As you walk to the counter, each taking how many cinnamon rolls?
I'm taking one.
Okay.
One.
Because I don't want to lose my tail.
Because I don't think we have enough time for a boss encounter. Just saying, guys.
Oh, man. There's always time for a boss encounter.
As you each take one cinnamon roll. Donner looking at it. This looks delicious. But the little one has me terrified.
You and me both, friend.
Is he really going to cut that dragonborn's tail off?
Maybe.
I look him dead in the eyes and shake my head up and down. Or nod my head up and down.
Halfling folk are terrifying.
I'm spreading new racism. It's great.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
It's not gonna work, not in this city, buddy.
Well, and he's just like starts biting, he starts tearing away the spiral and just feeding it into his mouth and slowly turning it.
Syphos just inhales it because he's hungry. It's so good.
Brydi's like halfway through her cinnamon roll, and she's doing she is almost mirroring Donner in the way that he's eating his. Like, you can tell he raised her because she is eating the exact same way that he eats.
It's so good.
I'm just kind of looking back at Brydi, back to Donner. Just, oh god, there's two of them.
Now there are two of them.
And with a final lick of the claws, he looks at the rest of you. That hit the spot. I am going to lay down in a real bed for the first time in a while.
Hey, Dad.
Yes.
You remember, before you go, remember how I told you I may have had a part in sinking the fortress into the aquifer?
Yes.
Right, so I didn't do that by myself.
Syphos stopped mid-bite. Just like, oh god.
I need to introduce you to my friends before you go to bed. We do, and I put this with fair warning, we do have a halfling in our group too. I assume that Dio is asleep at this point.
Yes.
Because he would have
Well,
been.
He's having his conversation.
He's
Mid-conversation.
He's conversating in his dreams. So
Yeah.
yes, he is asleep to y'all.
This is just when he got bashed with a lollipop.
We do have a halfling in our group. His name is Dio. And yes, he can be terrifying for someone of his stature,
I see.
but he's a better musician. This is Kaine. And she points to Kaine.
Hello, odd one.
Kaine, this is my dad.
on you?
He hears that in his
He
head.
says, like, acting like a crackhead.
No.
And she just, like, looks away. just trying to find another source.
You are no longer important.
Where's Corn in all this?
Corn? He flew off and into a random spot. Yeah, as soon as y'all got to the guild house,
I think
He's
he found a place to fuck off.
investigating it himself. And then she points to Leofin. She says, "This is Leofin. Leofin, my dad.
Hello. Nice
Hello.
to meet you.
You may or may not have seen him at the gate. I'm not sure how tired you were at that point, but his father was also at the gate when we came through."
Ah, that is good. Sounds, are you feeling alright? You looked a little red in the pool.
Oh, it was just very warm and
Yes,
I was just a bit flushed.
I've heard that the elves are fairer.
Yes, I prefer a more temperate climate, usually.
I imagine it is quite a change here.
It's been a struggle at times to adapt, but I manage.
And this is Syphos Magnus III, who I assume has already introduced himself.
Yes, we spoke briefly.
Good. Then you should also know that I plan on marrying him.
I start choking on food.
You look up and you just see like slits.
You finish just mouth agape in the background, just looking at her.
Also, Mom has already approved.
I
And Leofin turned Mom into a mouse.
I do the biggest awkward smile, just like.
Looks like it's time for
Just
a
as a
divorce.
side note, I did turn her back.
It's true. She did make a really cute mouse, though.
I swear I had nothing to do with the mouseification.
Go ahead, pick a dexterity check.
Breath weapon.
You just see just a little energy escape his mouth. So, you are seeing my little birdie. I'm happy for you.
Oh, thank God. I immediately go from like trying to puff up for a second and be like, yeah, oh, thank God.
Thanks,
I'm-
Dad.
I trust you know what you're doing. You've been around for quite a while. You are your own woman. I may be old. My bones may be brittle. But I will tear your insides out.
Do I need to roll against that? Just to see if I should, crap myself.
And I will hang you with your entrails.
I will say, I have seen that before.
Just a quick question: is Kaine sweating profusely?
Of course.
You know, if we're going to start throwing cards on that table, I am in a small pact with the demon. So.
Leofin's mouth is back agape.
He's just in the background, like Pikachuing.
Yeah. I just finally recomposed myself, and then he hits him with this.
So.
Yeah, his name is Bandersnatch. He's an asshole.
Bataran.
Bandersnatch?
Bataran, and yes, he is an asshole.
I was just trying to go to bed. Put this on him like when he woke up tomorrow morning.
Nope. He's gonna go to bed and sleep it off.
He's gonna go to bed and think of
He's
ways
not
to kill
sleeping
me.
it off.
He's a
You
nice
underestimate my dad.
I said you had good judgment. Are you certain?
Yep.
I kind of go back just the awkward smile. Mm-hmm.
I don't care if you have a pact with someone. I will burn you alive.
Where's Theo when you need him? I need a good example. But yeah, he's experienced that too. So
Halflings are very resilient.
It's good to know.
I literally just started doing just like a straight stare contest with him, just like.
Dad,
Yes,
I'm 59 years old.
true.
It was gonna happen eventually. And if you
Yes.
want grandkids, it has to happen at some point.
Right.
I let her start thinking about it. She's like,
Unless y'all plan to adopt.
Anyway, I'm going to bed.
Love you, Dad.
Love
Good
you
night.
too, dear.
good night, Dad.
I will destroy you.
Probably should have left that one out.
I know. I was seeing how far I could go.
It's right about there.
Yep.
As he walks away.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, I was ripping that one off as soon as
Well.
possible.
Tell me about it.
Well then.
Do you
I-
think the halfling will notice if I take another cinnamon roll?
Yes. And he will take my tail. So let's not. Because I told him only one apiece. And I like my
I don't
tail.
know. I think that conversation was enough excitement for me for tonight.
I literally looked back at the cinnamon
All
rolls.
right.
How many were there first?
Oh, there were 18.
We only took 7? No, 6? 6. There's 4 of us here. So 5. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. I keep wanting to put Dio here. I don't know why.
It's just not the same.
I don't know. It's like a running theme of Dio being here.
How many are left?
Well,
13.
with that,
Well, I know. I'm making sure. I didn't want you to go like 12. I mean, like,
Fuck.
shit.
13.
Jarvis is in the corner behind you, unbeknownst to anyone eating.
oh no.
Has 2 on each hand.
It's just
Oh no.
Damn it, Jarvis!
It's like there are 10 left.
I want to watch the world burn.
It's really gross when you see him unhinge his jaw. Just
Oh God.
Well, with that, congratulations, you two. I think I'm going to retire for the night, though.
Me too.
Yes.
We have some plans and things we need to discuss amongst everybody.
You're right.
Yeah.
We'll talk about everything in the
Well-
morning. See what we can
Well,
think of.
yes. Yeah, tomorrow, of course.
Hmm.
Well, good night.
Good night.
And I'll get up and head back to my room.
All right.
Yep.
And I can look over Brydi. And you, Mrs. Magnus the Third. And I try and sweep her off her feet.
Roll a strength check.
Yeah.
I'm not that big or heavy, but
uh,
Syphos ain't that strong. That's a 1. That's a natural 1. Oh, fuck, it is. I thought it was a 7. Nope, the 7's right there.
As you start to swing, you put one arm under her knees and try to pick her up, and you get her off the ground, and you feel up as something in your back just pops. You stiffen. You're paralyzed.
I rolled a 17 to
Oh my
pop back
goodness.
out, and like land on my feet, and be like, Syphos, really? And I pick him up, marriage style, and take him back to his room.
But you're going to have to, because he's now
Stuck.
now in a very awkward position, ass out, back kind of bent, knees bent.
Do I look like Kim K doing the, like,
When she
champagne
broke
glass?
the internet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, Syphos,
Except for you're in pain.
Syphos, you have to lift with your knees, not your back.
Oh, I always forget.
you just need to not lift.
Oh, you're right.
Even lift, bro.
Some random guys just walking by. You just need to not lift.
So you just shouldn't live, bro.
Kaine, what are you doing? Oh yeah, you went to go search for Jarvis, didn't you?
Yeah.
At one point.
Give me manga.
Yeah, that reminds me. On my way back to my room, I just kind of not gonna go searching for him, but I want to keep an eye out for Corn if I see him on the way back.
Okay. You don't see him going through the hallways, but you do hear something thwack against a window in a room.
Okay, instead of just passively looking for him, I'm gonna go check that out real quick.
You open up the door, and it's to just an empty room, and you see Horn on the other side of a glass pane. Tiny little claws trying to reach in through the cracks. Just
He's on the outside?
yes, he's on the outside.
I'll head over to the window and open it.
Window swings open. And he's, oh, thank you so very much. I was trying to get in, but the people downstairs look a little scary. And they have big poles, and I feel like they'd probably try and smack me out of the air, and I really don't want that. I've broken a wing before, and it was quite horrible.
Yeah, you did kind of disappear once we got here. I'm glad I found you, actually. I think most of us are heading to bed, and I don't think many people are familiar with, your type, dragons.
Oh, I was about to be offended, but sure, that makes sense.
It might be best if you stuck around us more, just so there's not any misunderstanding.
I mean, sure, I can stick around so long as there's nothing that's catching my interest at the moment. Did you know that there are tiny bugs that fly around and they are just really scrumptious? The one I found, very fat, hard shell, wings underneath, tasted like fresh grass clippings, which is odd because I have not seen much grass other than this one area.
I believe you're referring to beetles, but I'll duly noted. Do you like to eat beetle?
It was tasty.
Well, if you need any lodgings or anything, I'm sure you can stay in any of our rooms. Again, maybe just when we go into places, just hang around a bit, just so people know it's okay for you to come and go. Going in through windows is typically frowned upon, or at least suspicious.
I suppose I could see that being a problem. Though if I enter a building and no one sees me, is it still a problem? Do they know I'm here? Do people have magics that notify you when a person enters your domain?
There are some spells that can do that.
Damn, I was hoping you were all backwater.
I'm afraid not. No, we do have magic that can detect when people enter a room, though I'm not sure if this place had any.
I suppose we'll find out shortly. And he turns his head over to the bedroom door. And you just see Jarvis standing there, looking at both of you.
Hi Jarvis, this is Korn.
Are you a wizard? No, I'm not a wizard.
I'm a butler.
I am a
What does a
servant
butler do? I buttle, sir.
I am a servant of the house. Is there anything that I can help you with? Leofin and Kaine?
No, he had just gotten lost. I was helping him find his way back to our rooms where...
Well, make sure the windows are closed. We do not want insects coming in.
Right. And I'll kind of slowly close the window. Yep, looks closed.
All right.
Good night, Jarvis.
Good night, sir. He's definitely a wizard.
You hear in the hallway, Jarvis, can you get some liniment or something? Syphos is stuck.
Of course, madam. I will be right back.
Thank you.
And you turns already disappeared from the hallway.
Man, he's fast.
Hey, Leofin, do you mind getting the door? I have my hands full at the moment.
Oh, yes. I'll head over and get the door for them.
Laughing hurts. Even fake laughing hurts.
Alright. And as you enter your room, shortly after you do hear a knock at the door. Jarvis says, here you go, madam. If
Thank you,
there's
sir.
anything else you are needing, just remember, ring the bell. I will be with you shortly.
Get some rest, Jarvis.
Of course, after I've done a few more chores.
Alright.
Off he goes. So, what's everybody doing?
Covering.
I let Syphos recover.
Okay.
And I guess I go to my room. I assume that I put on clean clothes, probably provided by Jarvis.
Yeah.
So my stuff would still be in the bath. So I'm gonna move that back to my room. Find that it's already been moved.
Yeah, no.
In typical Jarvis style.
Yeah, no, everything is provided. Do not worry.
God, he's terrifying and cool at the same time.
I need to get like a really, really accurate description of him because I need to draw Jarvis. I also need to draw the cook.
Alright.
And then Brydi is going to sleep in her room.
Okay.
So that Syphos can recover.
Oh boy.
Alright, Leofin?
Well, I'm headed to bed, Corn. Feel free to do as you like, but I wouldn't recommend doing anything too strange.
No, I'm probably not gonna do much else. It's, you know, a little late. I'm probably going to take a quick nap and sleep for, I don't know, 9 hours? Just a quick 9 hours.
Right. Well, you're welcome to share my room if you need one.
Oh, that would be very lovely. Thank you.
All right. Head to my room and show Corn where it is.
As you're walking over there, you can feel his head just kind of laying down on one shoulder, his body resting along your shoulder or along your back, his tail draping over your other shoulder and kind of wrapping down around your arm, securing himself. And you already hear a slight snoring sound coming from him.
Sounds just like that.
Adorable. Alright, I guess I'm gonna go to bed then.
Alright. Kaine, you do hear a knock at your door.
Okay, so she goes in, opens it as she's still biting her fingers.
You see Jarvis standing there. Looks at you, looks down the hall, down the other hall, and then pulls a wrapped package from his coat and hands it over, tied with a bit of twine. What you were asking for, madam? There are 3 of them. All I can find at short notice.
Oh my.
So then Kaine looks out the hallway, looks left, looks right. She looks at the package, and then she looks straight into Jarvis's eyes and says, "Bless you." She just snatches the package and quickly goes inside at amazing speed. She uses step with the wind. Slams the door shut. You know, just goes to town.
And you can just see Jarvis standing in the hallway. You're welcome, madam. And disappears. So, everybody, you can finally take a long rest.
Yes.
Fuck.
Yay. And
I'm
I
back
don't have
to
to
55 hit points.
I'm up to 70 hit points.
I'm up to 107 hit points.
Shit. Can turn into a Triceratops now.
Alright.
Brydi wakes up from a dead sleep after her 8 hours and goes, fuck! Volah had the message box.
Oh, fuck.
Everybody realizes this at once.
Bum, bum, bum.
Shit.
That's what we're gonna do for the next.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, man.
So,
That was good shit. Hey y'all, Amy here. Thanks for listening to the Ring of Contrarians podcast.
New episodes come out on the 8th, 16th, and 24th of every month. You can listen to us anywhere fine podcasts are found and on YouTube. Check us out on Twitter and Facebook at @ofcontrarians. We'll see y'all next time.